What's good, YouTube? Here's my immediate reaction to UFC Apex Fight Night Manel Kape vs. Kyoji Horiguchi. Let's get into it. The main event. Kape gets the KO over Horiguchi. I said in my prediction video, I felt like he was just gonna get the KO in round. I think I said round 3. I don't remember what I said exactly. I said rounds 3 to 4, rounds 2 to 3. But this was not a. It wasn't as good as a performance as I would have hoped if you were a Kape fan. But it's hard to look good when you're fighting Kyoji. Kyoji's a very good fighter. Round 1, they both land good shots early. It's pretty tit for tat. It's pretty much an ole fight where they're just trying to find each other's reads, fighting pretty smart. At the end of the round, Kyoji shoots a takedown. Kape looks for a gilly. He flips him over. Horiguchi ends up on top. Even round. Kape lands some elbows off bottom. It's really hard to score that round. I gave it to Kyoji, but it was 1-1 going into round 2. Round 2, I think Kape gets stung by a lead hook or something, a lead jab or a lead hook, and gets stumbled backwards. He ends up getting taken down, controlled, but he's kind of for 3 minutes he's doing all the damage off bottom with these elbows. Kyoji would occasionally land, but he was good. Kape was doing good grabbing that left hand of Kyoji, so he wouldn't be able to post and then land some elbows. And then near the end of the run, Kyoji passes Scarred a little bit, or actually no, he ends up in full guard, and he forces Kape to end up staying closed, and then he passes even more. And then some good ground pound, some heavy shots. And Kape was looking very it was the third of the takedown this time, and I think it was just because Kyoji saw as fast as him that made him be more cautious. He was slipping around. He was I think he would get checked and then he would slip on bottom. That's how he ended up on the bottom round 2. He landed a kick, he ended up on the bottom. He rolled to the back, and then I think Kyoji got on top. I don't know if it was a takedown or it was that sequence. Round 3 starts. It looks like Kape's kind of defeated. It looks like he's on a slope downhill. But then he ends up finding the shot. I was calling it live. I was like, him shifting inward isn't going to do well because that's how he's going to get taken down. That's how Kyoji's going to end up getting to the clinch. He was kind of getting clipped by doing that. It would leave, when he would switch, it would leave his right hand down, and it was leaving him open for those left hands of Horiguchi. So he ends up doing, obviously he ends up getting the kill, but he moves, when he switches hands, finds a beautiful right hand, and then puts out Kyoji. It was a bit of early stoppage. He doesn't land the back of the headshot as soon as it gets stopped. But as the ref is stopping it, unless it's the last shot that he lands. But great performance from Manel Kape. Him versus Van should be next after Pantoja, but Kape is the most active guy anyway, so I think he would wait for that. But Horiguchi sucks for him, man. He was looking good. You could argue he was up 2-0, and round 2 was pretty dominant. So it does suck to see, but they both showed their pretty high level for flyweight. It's just hard to fight someone with a literal tit. Moving on to Ian Kuzalava versus Navajo Sterling. Dude, Kuzalava got a nasty gilly in round 1, but Sterling he does good. He's a very calm fighter, and I think that's why he's had such bad performances, because he is so calm in the striking. He's not really finish hungry. And Kuzalava had a nasty gilly. He was kind of out grappling Navajo. Navajo got up. He was starting to pepper the jab. Kuzalava was doing. He's faking. He was more hurt to bait in Sterling, and he was kind of playing possum. And then Navajo kind of was going in. He was doing a beautiful step and knee that was landing beautifully to the body. He was landing big, taking left hooks when Kuzalava would show up and do his little thing. Kuzalava he was landing some good right hands over the top, and then a cuffing left hook. And then round was pretty even. He kept getting his takedowns. He found some beautiful trips on Sterling, especially in round 2. And I think he ends up getting. I feel like he looks for like another gilly or another choke on Navajo, which he ends up escaping. Round two, I kind of forgot how round two started, but he was. I think Navajo was doing good with the stepping knees again. He was looking for some like flaily lead side kicks. That's not what I wanted to press. Yeah, some like lazy lead side head kicks, and um, he ended up initiating the grappling. At some point, he shot for like a takedown. I think he got it. He got reversed, and then bottom when he reversed, Kudalaba to the fence. Kudalaba kind of just stays sitting down on the fence, and I was like, okay, and he just starts ground pounding him, gets the finish. It was a pretty good. Initially, I was like, okay, that was kind of unimpressive, but Ian Kudalaba isn't that like he's good. He's looked good in his like last couple of fights, and he's the only dude to finish him recently. So decent performance from Nava, who he didn't get subbed, he didn't quit like Omar Sy, and yeah, he impressed me. I didn't expect him to get KO or TKO. That would be like a tricky decision, which it kind of looked like it was going to be. Great stuff from Navajo. I don't know where he goes from here. He looked pretty slow on the feet. I don't know. It's just he doesn't look the best in his performances. Like, there's someone like this one was so impressive, but he just doesn't look that good. But I got the prediction right, even though I picked Navajo by decision. Still got it. Christian Rodriguez, man, Hyder Mill had just a no defense. Christian Rodriguez was literally landing the jab, the lead right high kick the entire fight. He ends up landing it clean as fuck, and then Hyder Mill goes down. Christian Rodriguez gets the ninja choke. Insane performance from Christian Rodriguez. Hyder Mill was a undefeated prospect at some point. He is like 36 or something. That's why I picked against him. And he just doesn't have the durability anymore. Maybe he's yeah, no. If you're getting Christian Rodriguez like that, I think his durability is just gone, and he's getting pieced up this entire fight. I think his career is really done. Like I think it's hard like to bounce back from like a 3-fight losing streak like this, especially when his style is like in his fight against William Gomez, it was literally just maraud forward, E damage, and throw heavy combos. Even if he's not the heaviest handed dude, but great performance for Christian Rodriguez. Um, Looks pretty good. Didn't look the best, but it wasn't the best performance. But I don't know. Nasty slime out, nasty submission. Hayden tried surviving after getting head kicked, and then Christian Rodriguez just found the perfect grip and just yanked on his neck. Beautiful stuff. He probably gets a bonus. Who I wonder. I'm gonna look through this. I think Kape gets a bonus, and I think Christian Rodriguez gets it. I think those three get the bonuses. And when I say those three, Magomedov gets a twister. Immediately, he shoots. They both land on the feet. He shoots a tank down. He gets it. Like he drags Milsic against the fence. Gets some nasty. I think it's like a. Damn, I saw on Twitter a Scottish twist or something like that, and it might have been the first in the UFC. Crazy stuff. Magomedov is the real deal. He's a crazy good prospect. I'm excited to see where he goes from here. Hopefully, he gets a fucking bonus because that submission was insane. Great stuff. I thought he would have gone the KO, and I feel like he could have in like those first couple exchanges. Like, okay, I guess you landing that 2-3, but great stuff from Magomedov. Vinicius Oliveira versus Andre Fili. I got the prediction wrong. Round one, it's like so uneven. Vinicius is marauding forward. He's looking good, and he's kind of dipping and letting himself get jabbed in the face, kind of like Yuri Pereira 2-esque, where he's like dipping and it's like he's allowing Fili to just jab it in the face. But dude, Fili had an awful performance, and I'll get to that after I describe the rounds. But Vinicius Oliveira was doing good. I think he like got his like leg checked or something, like a kick checked that made him like start walking funny. Fili just didn't capitalize on it. An injured opponent. He's laying some body kicks. He kept getting pushed to the fence, and he would like shut up, and then he throw these short hooks while Vinicius Oliveira is like this far away. Philly's throwing hooks like this, and Vinicius is over here, bang, throwing straight, slamming low kicks. It was like really interesting decision making from Philly. He would land, but then he would land literally elbows. Let's say you're Vinicius. Andre Philly's here, and he's like, yeah. He's like, yeah. Your Vinicius is literally like 5 feet away, and he's throwing these short elbows. I don't really get the game planning. Maybe he expected Vinicius to be in the pocket longer. I don't know. This was short notice for Philly, actually, so I guess there was that element to it. But then he lands a good body kick, and you could see I saw the abs on Vinicius, like they tightened, and he was kind of like wanting Philly to come on him. Pause. It was like I felt like he was trying to like lower Philly in to like an exchange, but Philly just didn't capitalize on it and stopped throwing to the body entirely. He gets cracked by big racket hands. He has legs chewed up the entire fight. He did check some of them, but he's getting his legs chewed up. No leg kicks back from him. On Vinicius was literally like this, not moving his legs a lot. Vinicius fought so stiff. His upright body was so stiff. Even with the dipping, I think that's why he kept getting jabbed when he would dip, because of how stiff it was. Round 2, Vinicius just walking through Philly. He ends up getting the TKO at the end of the round. Lands some brutal elbows. People were saying it was back to the head. I didn't really see it. So, great performance from Vinicius. I think he would have gone to finish by Giga, looking back. But, good performance from Vinicius. He looked big as fuck. I didn't expect him to be looked that big. So, yeah, but just weird decision making from Philly. Literally, he would shut up and he was like letting Vinicius tee off on him and pressure him to the fence and then just throw short hooks when you should be throwing them wide. It was just really, really dumb. Moving on. Oh my gosh. Oh my god. Andre Lima losing to Kevin Borjas, bro. Why is my camera turning blue? I became so sad my face cam turned blue. Dude, Andre Lima. Okay, first off, I scored this 2-1 Andre Lima. He was marching forward, landing low kicks. He was landing singular shots, and Kevin Borjas was mainly landing on the shoulders and the gloves because Andre Lima keeps a high and tight guard. The game planning from him was weird. I felt like he needed more volume, and he was content with just the jabs and the overhand, and then the low kick and the front kick. But he won round 1. He was controlling the whole round, landing good low kicks, landing great front kicks. At the end of the round, he got stung by a big right hand, but he controlled the entire round. It's like it wasn't like a badly won. He was he got stung, and then yeah, close rounds. Round 2, Kevin Borjas won. There was a brutal. I don't really know. It was a bad low blow, but it didn't look like it hit the nuts. As a man who has nuts, it would have hit like not it may I don't know. I haven't won a cup, so maybe it hit the bottom of the cup and then it ricocheted. I think that's what happened. It hit the bottom of the cup and it ricocheted to his balls. That's what caused him to take a 5-minute break. He starts fast on the fence, countering Lima, landing some decent body shots, landing some good lead hooks when Lima would drop his guard to land back. And yeah, Lima was landing some good low kicks, but he was getting outstruck that round clearly lost it. I had it 1-1 or 2-0 Borjas in round 3. Round 3, Lima starts frying the leg of Borjas. He kept fucking clinching for no reason and like shooting for no reason. Such bad IQ. I think he had to have in round 1 as well, or round 2, where he just shot bad takedown and just let it burn right by. But it was prevalent for multiple of these fights. People were down, arguably down 2-0, and then in round 3, when they were having some sort of momentum, they fuck it for themselves. You're gonna see it. I don't know if they're here for 2 of these fights. He's like frying the leg of Borjas, but then he's clinching, and then he's grabbing the fence, which gets him separated. And then what does he do while separated? He fucking just does nothing, just marching forward, landing some straight shots, landing his 1-1-2, but still Borjas throwing back, and he loses the decision. I think I judged at a 30-27. I don't know how they scored at that. I thought he won too clearly, but his face was swelling up. Bad loss. Andre Lima is now in the same conversation as Ronaldo Rodriguez. Bad loss. No fighter I like wins. Man. Anyway, moving on to BM Squida. I'm coming back. Burroughs was landing on the arms and the elbows and the shoulders of Lima. But I guess visually that's just not a good look. Because when you're also just not landing back with the hands. He would rip to the body he really needed a left hook to the body. He landed such good against Baez. He should have, when Borjas was circling to his left, he should have just ripped the left hook to the body. Kind of like what Navo Sterling was doing. So hopefully he builds from this. I saw him, he's kind of coping about the loss. Like making fun of Borjas for like scarfing on the back of the cage the entire time. But you can do that and win the fight if you're outpointing your opponent. So BM Esquita versus Melissa Mullins. Not a lot to talk about here, but Melissa Mullins cracks off a left hook early. And she's rocked bad. She lands an uppercut. She's on wobbly legs. Mesquita looks for a trip. She gets reversed and she ends up on bottom. And then she doesn't like reverse. She just ends up on bottom from the trip. And then Melissa Mullins just stays on top. She really should have stood up. But she does have good ground pound, so I think she trusted herself a little too much. And then she stayed in the guard too long. And like Mesquita just started slowly getting her legs on top. I think at that point Melissa Mullins should have fully gone, like stood up. She ended up getting armboard. She was crying out the fight. Very sad. We love Melissa Mullins. We cried with her. But great performance from Mesquita. Not really, because that's not what we want to see. Getting rocked by Melissa Mullins like that. But it showed that she has good recoverability, and she just didn't quit after getting hurt. So, decent stuff from Mesquita. Island Nascimento versus Mitch Raposo. This is another fight where I scored a 2-1 for the loser. Round one, Mitch Raposo's doing good. He's fast, early. He has a good jab. He has decent boxing. And he busted up the face of Island Nascimento the whole round. I don't know what Nascimento was doing. Round two, his face is still bloody and busted up. So when Mitch Raposo lands, it like visually it makes her bleeding again. Right? But Nascimento's landing some good jabs. Not some good jabs. He was landing. Let me look at the numbers. Actually, that's what I should have done with this, but I'll go back to that. Round one. He landed more. Okay. Yeah, he got outstruck. And then he got all the visual damage as well. So, yeah. It was even. And I thought, even though he reopened the bloody face of Nascimento, it felt like he was when they would exchange a pocket, Nascimento was ending it off with bigger hands. He was landing good kicks. He was landing good knees and stuff. I wish he started dropping the low kicks because that would have stopped the movement of Mitch Raposo. But around 3, he makes that adjustment. Or even the early end of round 2, he's doubling up on shots while Mitch Raposo tries to circle. But it's already too late on round 3. He's looking good. He's pressuring. He's stopping the movement of Mitch Raposo, landing some good front kicks. And he ends up getting a knockdown with a right hand. And then he stays on top. He's trying to sub hunt instead of get a TKO, which lost him the fight. I thought he won rounds 2 and 3, but he should have looked for a finish there. He should have just looked for the TKO instead of looking for the sub. But Jiu-Jitsu guys, they're going to look for the submission instead of the TKO. It is what it is. Moving down to Gaston Bolaños versus Michael Oswald Jr. As was literally doing good on the feet. He's looking good. He's looking crispy. No, he's not. I don't know why I'm describing this fight like this. No, he's out voluming Bolaños early. And he's oh, dude, he's going to TKO him. He has Bolaños on the back foot. He's pressuring. He's voluming really fairly well. But defensively, he's open. And he gets cracked up by Bolaños. And if just fully Bolaños hit harder, and Oswald Jr. he literally has his muffin hands. So that I think near the end of the round, or near like early, he kind of gets stumbled off balance and like doesn't goes in a circle. Then even near the end of for the rest of the round, they're like trading in the pocket, and it felt like okay, Aswell Jr.'s maybe landing more, but Bolaños is like out voluming him. Um, or no, other way around. Aswell Jr.'s out voluming Bolaños, but Bolaños has had the bigger moments. Um, round two, Bolaños went clear, slamming those kicks into the arms of Aswell Jr. I think that really deterred Aswell Jr. as well. Michael Aswell was trying to keep him on volume, but he just kind of let him, like, he was just not defensive in the pocket. Um, and that, like, he was like trying to counter Bolaños, but he was getting hit with the bigger shots, and he just doesn't have the type of power. And the shot selection just wasn't there. Um, he kept landing on the guards of Bolaños. He should have looked for some more uppercuts. It is what it is. This is another case of he has Bolaños finished around 3 pretty much. I don't think there's a knockdown. He hasn't really badly hurt. Dude, he hasn't badly hurt. He starts fucking clinching with him. And then he gets like a takedown, I think. Maybe not. As he gets back up, Bolaños cracks him and has like a good moment in the last minute. I don't know what's with UFC fighters and their IQ. He's hurting Bolaños, clinches over him for no reason. Shoots a dumb takedown. What's with these fighters? Let's go back to Andre Lima. Let's see the numbers. He literally got outstruck. Round 1, yeah, this is what I'm saying. He got outstruck. Round 2, I agree with this. He was starting to run to the body more. And then he outstruck him. Wow. Crazy stuff. But moving on to Leon Shabazian versus Levon Shilikoli. I told you guys this pick was pretty unserious. Leon Shabazian literally quit in 23 seconds. Got leg kicked immediately, and I was like, okay, he's done. The way he reacted on the first leg kick was brutal. He gets leg kicked again. He literally goes like this against the fence with his knee up. And I was like, okay, it's over. And then he gets cracked, and then he just quits against the fence. What a crazy 23-second UFC career from Leon Shabazian. Crazy stuff, man. Cara Rosa versus Luan Santos. I kind of called this fight. I'm not gonna be like, I'm a genius, but it kind of just went like how I expected it to go. Against, it reminded me of the Alien Perez fight. Luan Santos dominated rounds 2 and 3 with the grappling, but round 1, she like wastes all the time like shooting doubles and singles, and like she tries one trip, doesn't get it, and she's getting like outdone in the clinch against the fence. I'm like, what are you doing? And then when they separate, I'm like, she looks gas, but she's outdoing Rose on the feet. Rose isn't getting any of her kicks off. She's not getting any of her punches off. Luana Santos is like coming with like the shifting right hand over the top and the jab, and then she gets a takedown and he out of round. Holds Rosa for a little bit. I think she lands like some ground pound. Round 2 starts. I think she gets like a trip immediately, and then she just dominates the whole round, ground pounding. Then round 3, I think Rosa throws a front kick and then she gets taken down off that, or she like stumbles off the kick after like Luana Santos caught it. Gets dominated again for the rest of the round. Great showing from Santos. She's a good grappler, but I'm pretty sure I'll watch. Shane Collins versus Atari Tandilovi. I picked him by KO. I picked Shane Collins by KO, and I felt like he could have gotten it. It was a tricky fight. I heard people were calling this robbery. I don't know how you could say this fight was a robbery. But it was a decent performance from Shane Collins. It wasn't best because a dude like Josias Messias, I don't forget what some African dude from the Congo, I think, was able to KO this dude, Atari. And Shane Collins, he was doing good, but each round was him just like prepping forward, him getting taken down, him getting up, and then him ripping to the body. He would rip to the body for a little bit. When he would have Tendinelli showed up like this against the fence, he would like land pitter patter on the guard and he would shoot a takedown. It was really annoying me. And round 2 happened a lot, and that was like his best round, I think. He was doing very well to rolling the shots like that, but like it was like even if you roll with it, he was getting some visual damage on the face. He would clinch and get kneed, but he was just landing better, landing a little bit more. Hell, look at the numbers too. Nobody's watching at this point, but whatever. He was just landing more. Round one, straight to get taken down, but he kept looking for gillies and stuff. Kind of won each round clearly. That's what I'm talking about. 42 strikes. And I feel like if you just invested into the body more, when you would have Atari on the fence like this, especially when you would have him backing it up so much, I feel like the finish was there for him, but didn't really look for it. Yeah, literally had struck Atari on every fight round. Atari was literally like backing up, and like when they would meet in the center, he'd be like this, and then he'd like back up to the cage and shut up again. Sucks pretty much, but good. Okay card. Some decent fights. Great main card. I don't think there was a decision on the main card, was there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wow, all finishes on the main card. Crazy, crazy. I don't even think there was an underdog that won. Well, no underdogs won on that main card. Well, crazy stuff. Let me know if you guys enjoyed this card. Hope you guys enjoyed your day. Hope you guys enjoyed the card. Did you guys get the main event right? Let me know in the comments below. I didn't do that good on picks. I think it was 7 and 5 or something like that. So, not the best, but it is what it is. Some great fights to end off the night on that main card. Yeah, my prospects are killed. I can never be happy early on cards. Even if it ends well, it either starts like shit or ends like shit. So, yeah, I'll catch you guys next time. I have like a couple of video ideas for this week. Do not worry. So I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace.